Hey guys, Omni here. We are back for episode 4 of season 2 of The Witcher. In the last episode, Geralt and Ciri start their training for her self-defense. As it's coming along, she wants to take things a little more seriously. She wants to take things farther than what Geralt's willing to do at this time. He's taking things slow and easy with her, training her against a test dummy, which gets some balks from some of the other Witchers around them, already kind of giving her a rough time, kind of fitting in with their surroundings. And this results in her going off with Lambert to this more extreme training course as she wants and has this hunger to, get better, stronger, faster, quicker, and be taken more seriously rather than these play swords against this little straw dummy. And she goes off to do this training course while Geralt is off with Vesemir trying to investigate what happened to Eskil. And they have some great fatherly moments as they talk back and forth about the changes in their lives that come from being fathers and what the responsibilities and the feelings that come with that. And it was really well done. Ciri, after lots of trial and error, eventually makes it pretty far onto the training course as Geralt finally comes over after some heart-to-heart with Vesemir, comes and oversees her training just to witness her make it almost all the way through this course after getting pretty roughed up. Only to slip and fall at the end, but acknowledging her strength and her courage, and then also her kind of acknowledging what he's trying to do for her. They have this little bonding moment, which was really nice. The scenes with him and Vesemir were also really, really well done. On the flip side of this, back with the mages, they are all communing on what to do about Yennefer now that she's come back. Stregobor is very kind of fearful about her intentions, about why was she gone for so long. Was she a prisoner? Is she actually a spy now? How did they let her live for this long? All this kind of questioning what's going on, while also trying to make some power plays. Yennefer's also lamenting on what happened to her powers, trying to find ways to get them back, and it's really weighing on her, and now she's lost all of her kind of power and pull here because of what she did to save everybody. And she's kind of being punished for that in her own kind of way. And the end of it, because of Stregobor and his play with words, kind of gets everybody to doubt her as well, except for Tissaia. So it all comes down to a show of faith. So with the Nilfgaardian that they've had locked up this entire time, she's like, all right, for a presentation, for a demonstration to the various kings of the northern kingdoms, we'll have you execute him. Show your loyalty. But in that moment, in this quest to get her powers back, she's still having visions of the witch in the woods, and she cuts his chains and they make off. They run away from this whole thing. So I have no idea where that's going to go. So I'm excited to see where they go from here. I'm really digging the season so far. I think last episode was probably my favorite. We also saw afterwards, after the whole training thing, Geralt starts to lean into Ciri's feelings, trying to get an understanding of her power. What's calling it? What does it feel like? And it draws them out to the lecture. The leisure? God, why do I always forget? The tree thing that infected Eskil in the first place. And just before they start to fight it, they dodge some tree branches here and there, but then it gets ripped apart by this big monster that's trying to get to Ciri. Again, I think there was something going on there. I don't necessarily know what, but the monster didn't seem necessarily to try to kill her from my perspective. So I'm kind of confused on where that's going to go, but excited, inquisitive rather. But guys, we're going to go ahead and dive into this thing. Sorry for talking too long about this, these little intros. I know some people get a little annoyed when I start to recap the last episode, but we're going to go ahead and dive into this. So if you want to see the full-length reaction to this, remember you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member on the channel, gets you access as well, because these are about roughly hour-long episodes. I have to trim them down to 10 minutes, but if you want to see the full-length reaction, you can check it out over there. It just helps support the channel. Just grab your own footage, sync it up with the time codes, and you see my reaction to the whole thing. It's just one of the ways you can help support the channel, help us work towards expanding the types of things that we cover here. Maybe we get more outside of our wheelhouse, get help with the editing, that sort of thing. Of course, I know not everybody could do that, and a simple way to do so and help out the channel is by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, because YouTube sees that engagement and it promotes it to more people. That all said and done out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and dive into episode 4, Redanian Intelligence. Here we go.
As long as you listen. Always listen.
Ooh, I like those head snaps. So dramatic. What do we have this time? Oh, damn. Watch your footing.
I'm not going to hurt you. You're a girl.
What's she doing out here?
I'm going to Kaer Morhen. Is that where you're headed?
Why? What? Why is she going there? I was wondering where she was last episode.
You're a sorceress, like Yennefer.
Triss.
Friend of Geralt's. You must be quite charitable.
It's good to see you again.
And you?
Oh, he can find out that Yennefer's alive now. Oh, they're locking up elves.
Go on then. Relieve yourself.
Ah.
The market is too crowded. Soldiers are everywhere. Portal us out of here.
I can't. Portals can be trapped.
Then explain to me how you're not dead weight.
Also because you can't do them.
Funny how quickly people forget about you when you're no longer of use to them, isn't it?
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, wanted cards. That was nifty.
I will not live in fear.
Nor would we ask you to. We only want to serve Redania as best we can.
Oh, whoa, what the fuck?
Dijkstra.
Good afternoon, Your Highness.
We're just gonna poison wine? What the fuck?
Drink it. No.
Ooh. That reaction.
Speaking of which, I'm starving, Dijkstra. Get to the point.
Sintra is the point, Your Highness. We would never have taken it from Calanthe.
Sintra could be ours.
Okay. A hood and dagger. The assassin, maybe? An assassin?
All right, come on, you little rat. I'll play a few rounds of slaps with you before bed. Maybe might even let you win.
Yeah, you wish.
You two thought you could get away.
Hmm.
We're safer down here than we are up there.
Oh, or not.
If there's no room, we'll catch the next boat. I promise.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
All right, shit.
What is it?
I've never seen anything like it. But it did try to get her. Both of them did.
To do what?
I didn't let it live long enough to find out.
There is one way to find out.
May I?
The Witcher from well no, the mage was the one making the monsters for the Witchers in Nightmare of the Wolf. So I was gonna say, huh.
I say their names at night when I lay down, so I don't forget. Allan, Daniel of Bruges, Axel Raby, Dagobah.
Stop.
If it's up to me,
Damn it, man. If you just let her go, you'd learn Yennefer's alive.
It's a fairy tale. We don't have the fight left anymore to start anew. The North have made sure of that. Yeah, I know, fuck the North. I'll borrow your...
I was just waiting for him to get, yeah. Oh, shit. So reminding me of the trash compactor in Star Wars here. Fuck that, man.
Perhaps there's a bigger plan out there for you now.
Yes, the benevolent white flame.
Hmm.
You little shit. Oi! Sandpiper.
That's the one. He performs here every night.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been the most beautiful audience. Remember to toss a coin if you can.
Ah! Really? I'm playing a bard in our current D&D campaign.
That's the problem. No one knows his proclivities. No one knows anything about him.
Who he is, what he is, where he is.
What he wants, and nothing he does makes any fucking sense.
You. Come with me.
Was that Dara? That was his name, right?
Is that a flower in your hair, girl?
Oh, she's not joking. You ever got my rucksack clean?
Yeah, like you ever wash.
I don't need to, Chloe.
No, that's fun.
Oh, come on.
You say you're mutants. That's why you don't understand what people feel. But the truth is, you're choosing to be ignorant arseholes, aren't you?
They felt bad you didn't finish your breakfast.
God, a good old scolding, though.
How did two different monsters wind up with the same dust on them?
They came from the same place.
A monolith. It doesn't make sense.
Is that where they're being bred, or uniting, or...
I need to see it for myself.
I really didn't mean to do it, Geralt. And if these monsters are my fault...
It's all right.
I sing of universal matters, my dear, generous lady. Emotions which anybody could experience. That song could be about anyone. Anyone.
Keep saying it.
You tell me why the hell your sad ass is here.
For the sandpiper.
What? No? Yes? Because you're part elf, Yennefer. I completely forgot. I'm so sorry. I would not wish that fate on my worst enemy, and yes, you are firmly lodged in that category. It has to...
You are important to me, Triss. You always will be.
You're going to Sintra. You said you'd never go back there. Twice.
I can portal you to him.
Stay back!
This is interesting. You know, I'll go ahead and admit, I don't remember this monolith thing. I just remember him chasing her and her falling down screaming and it just like blasting everything away.
I'll go first. Stick close to the wall and stay out of sight until I give you the signal. I'm gonna do what I do best.
And what's that?
Make a scene.
The long-necked warriors with all their tools. Oh, yeah.
You're it. You're scared of bad. Don't worry about the papers.
Oh.
Thanks for the tunes. My niece just loves them.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's so funny.
You don't mind me saying so, that one. It's not your strongest.
Oh, yeah?
It took me to the fourth verse to understand there were different timelines.
Oh, did it? Wow.
And that magic kiss, that was a bit cheap.
Yeah?
I spotted the dragon reveal a mile away.
Oh, you're...
Are they talking about season 1?
You know, if you could write yourself a little song, if you could sing yourself whatever you please, but you can't.
Oh no.
I'll distract him. You take them onto the boat.
Like hell, I'm not going to fucking Sintra without you.
Listen to me. None of us will get to Sintra if I don't do something.
The guy that let his friend die is going to be the distraction, I guess.
Fuck the North!
No, don't.
Fuck the elves.
Oh. So I did read in the comments that, you know, Eskil's, at least in the books and stuff like that, doesn't die. So that they're kind of doing their own thing at this point, I guess. That's the spot where Ciri smashed her face.
Destiny has given us a gift. The key to making more witches. Ciri.
So she's got elder blood? Whatever that means. One of the first magical races or something like that.
All of us, would be dead without you.
Oh.
I'm Dara.
Yeah, I was right. Okay.
When you've lost your magic, is that even possible?
Go on, get your gloating in. Time's limited.
You know, once upon a time, I would have used this opportunity to call you an empty, lonely, power-hungry she-demon.
That got some mist going.
Yennefer, what are you doing?
What the fuck?
We have to save ourselves.
No. 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 Fuck you. God. Okay. So they're trying to pry into Ciri's visions, her powers more, finally. Getting her to open up now that she's got Triss here to kind of give her some, I don't know, some feminine perspective in this house, and maybe somebody that's a little more comfortable. She's obviously a sorceress, so she knows the thing or two about magicians. So she equated to Mousic from before, you know, somebody she was very close to that advised her mother. So it's, I don't know, it helped her warm up and finally open up to Geralt and her about what's been going on with her, what she's been seeing, what she's been feeling, and they're kind of piecing some things together. So like I mentioned earlier, I don't remember this monolith thing. I don't know why. I just really don't, that they talked about. Because they said it happened when she screamed. But from what I remember from the first step from season 1 was just when the guy was chasing her down on his horse. She was trying to get away. He started to catch her and she screamed like she described. And I just remember like his big old shock wave. He gets blown back. That's honestly all I remember. And then she gets to the woods. I need to go back and rewatch it, man. I don't remember. I don't always have the best memory, so I don't know. We got Dara showing up here. Again, kind of an elven refugee locked up and now being used as a political prisoner, as a assassin for this the Redanians and their, I guess, mage? Was that their mage? The guy that looked like discount Jeff Bridges? That was an interesting scene, though, like him stopping the guy from being poisoned when that woman's throat just explodes with that throwing dart. And then the perspective we got of that owl. Is that like his familiar, or is that reporting that owl like a vessel for somebody else to watch over him and converse with him? Kind of like a warg, kind of presiding over this like strategic plan to like instigate this battle between the Redanians and the Nilfgaards, etc. Maybe. I don't know. Or is that just him talking off of this owl? I don't know. There's definitely something magical about it. I wasn't exactly sure. So I guess that's just another mystery. We'll have to wait and find out. We found out the series blood has that of the elves. I think they talked about that like at the episode when Yennefer and them were going down to that elven tomb. Talked about how that was the elder gods and stuff like that you know, sourced the magic or whatever, or were believed to have left something behind down there, and then maybe this witch that they found, this tomb, might have had some connection to them. I don't know. It's just we're seeing pieces, we're seeing threads pop up around this. You know, Yennefer and does that knight have a name? Just the Black Knight, the Winged Knight. What's his name? Even his wanted poster doesn't actually have his name on there. Or at least I didn't see it. Just the Nilfgaardian general or whatever it said. With their faces and their names out there, it's definitely harder for them to get around. And look, be told, they were able to stumble onto some people that knew about somebody that was smuggling elves to Citra. So, and that led them to Yasker. That was a lovely surprise. It was a nice little reunion. Add a little levity to this episode, which was very somber, to say the least, especially on their side of the fence, where we're seeing all this discrimination, mistreatment, and just depravity aimed and targeted towards elves in the north here, as They're just trying to survive. And with that one scene with the elf who was in chains, who just wanted to relieve himself, and the guy was just like, yeah, well, if it can't wait, do it right here. Makes him piss himself. It was just hard to, that was sad. That was a little hard to watch. That whole thing, like, I hope there's a good end at the end of that whole tunnel, but we'll just have to find out. I guess something happened to Jaskier here, but I'm not sure exactly what it was. That little moment of him and Yennefer saying goodbye, as he, like, I wouldn't ask this of my worst enemy or anything like that, but he definitely knows that, like, she's dealing with some really strong pain, and he can relate to that, and he wasn't going to poke fun at that specifically, even though he couldn't help quip a little bit. But something happened to him there. He did have his pride challenged a little bit, where he went off on that captain there at the dock because of him critiquing his songs. And I was like, I like that, though. They were talking about the lyrics of that, and it was going through some things that were recanted from season 1, like the time skip and all that stuff, the different time periods or whatever, and the references to specific episodes. It was kind of funny, this tongue-in-cheek way. Because that was kind of a general critique of the first season, was that a lot of people felt confused by the skipping of the timelines and stuff like that. So I like that they kind of poked some fun at themselves for that. Triss and Geralt kind of bringing some of their past in the forefront, and then them dealing with their own traumas in different ways, and them recognizing that that they are both feeling certain things despite because there's a lot of this, there's a lot of talk in this one about how the Witchers are believed to not be able to feel emotions, or at least that's the projection that they put out into the world. But they do feel things, and it was like, otherwise they're just ignorant assholes, as she put it, to the ones that are just really poking fun and tearing down Ciri for their own amusement, and not thinking at all about how that makes her feel, because they don't really worry about that. So that they don't worry themselves with those types of feelings, but they do seemingly have them, or at least Geralt does. Geralt and Vesemir definitely feel things. Like, they feel guilt, they feel frustration, they feel care, at least, for the people in their lives. Like, they do feel things. So I like how they kind of opened that up a little bit. But something that Ciri did when she let out that scream, cracked this monolith, and I guess monsters, and this one, the one that killed the Leshy at the end of the other episode, they don't recognize it at all. It's not made by a mage, but it came from the same place as the Leshy. So it's got this residue, this rock residue, this powder that resembles that monolith, whatever that is. Is it like it's making me think of like Doom in a way, like it's like this plug to hell. Like, these monsters have been locked away, and maybe the monolith cracking. The monolith itself was maybe housing creatures that have been long since not seen from the world, or maybe a hidden monster city realm or something like that, and it was the thing keeping them sealed off from the world, and when Ciri cracked that, it allowed them to escape. So why things are changing, things are evolving more so than the Witchers are able to keep up with. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here, because again, like I said, I don't really know the world. This shows my introduction to it, so I'm just trying to piece things together as we're going through this thing. I really like this episode. Again, I really like the development that we're having with with Geralt as becoming like this father and trying to figure things out and how to help and be a good parent to Ciri in this whole situation, in a way, a good guardian. Now he's going off to meet with our historian friend from the Mages Guild, who knows a thing or two about monoliths. So we'll see where that whole thing goes. Guys, what did you think of the episode? Sound of the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. You can also join our Discord. We can talk about it there as well. Links to that on my socials are down below. And before we go, remember, you can check us out over on Patreon if you want to see the full-length reaction. You can check it out there, or if you become a member here on the channel. And speaking of, before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Bandy Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori Korskov, Mark Grace, Mary Bradley, Jeffrey Hale, and various abominations. Thank you guys for your continued support. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care, everybody.